Hello my subscribers and my viewers. I want to show you something here that I found in the comment section here on this video. This video here from Oriental Pearl. Do you know which YouTubers are deceiving you? Language gurus that ruin language learning. She's also a liar and a scammer, and she's also fake. But I want to show you a comment here. Look, this comment here. You are the only talking about this shit in the language learning community, and it's so important, and this cult like fandoms I don't get it. Thank you Anming for being raw. We need that here. Ha ha ha. She's also a liar and a scammer, and she's working with the other liars and scammers. And she respond here, this liar and scammer Oriental Pearl. And then look here, the next comment here, this one from Reflex. Yet she never spoke up on Matt vs Japan scam who was on her channel before and who she promoted. Look, someone here say that Matt vs Japan was doing a scam. Matt vs Japan was doing a scam. I told you Matt vs Japan is also a scammer. I told you Matt vs Japan is also a scammer and part of the language learning community, and I'm very sure that he cannot speak Japanese fluently. He have never lived in Japan. This Matt vs Japan? Matt vs Japan have only lived in USA. He have never lived in Japan. And then he want to say that he learned Japanese by himself on his own and become fluent high level in Japanese. I'm very sure he's just making some fake edited videos, reading from a script and practicing the pronunciation and pretending that he's high level, and maybe he's only beginner in Japanese. I think Matt vs Japan is only beginner in Japanese, or maybe a little more than beginner, but he pretend that he's high level in Japanese. And look here now, he asked him, what scam are you talking about? And look here, but I'll not read all of it because there's some very long comments. I'll just read some of it and show the rest. Project Uproot, and he was charging about $500 for him to teach pitch accent to people. He take $500 just to teach some accent. That's what I tell you, they only teach you about accent and pronunciation and teach you a few words in the language because they cannot really speak the language fluently. They cannot speak the language fluently, so every time they make some thing about teaching the language, then they only teach you about pronunciation or accent or few words or few sentences in the language or few answering questions in the language. Look here, Project Uproot, and he was charging about $500 for him to teach pitch accent to people, and wasn't very specific with the issue on how people learn pitch accent, and was trying to say that only he knows the secret to learning pitch accent. Ha 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 ha! Someone who is not from Japan and who have never lived in Japan and who is not a teacher in Japanese want to say that he's the only one who know about this pitch accent and how to teach this pitch accent and the secret to learning pitch accent. Well, him and another scammer. It means that he's also a scammer. Matt vs Japan, the scammer, and another scammer he worked with, Ken Cannon. So Matt vs Japan and Ken Cannon, two scammers who actually had to go to court for doing the same thing previously. So there was another scammer also before Ken Cannon who was doing the same scam and go to court, and now Matt vs Japan doing the exactly same scam. It's weird how she never really talked about it. So he said that it's weird that this Pearl here, this Oriental Pearl, he said it's weird that Oriental Pearl never talked about it, and she actually make video with Matt vs Japan. It's weird how she never really talked about it, considering that she already doesn't like people who try to sell courses that promises that promised people fluency in 30 days time. Edit, sorry about the hostility of my comment. He say it's weird why she did not say anything about Matt versus Japan doing some scam, while she say that she don't like people who are scammers, because she's also a liar and a scammer, and she also edit her videos and reading from a script. And I think I see that she also said now something about that she can also speak Korean now. So she want to say that she can speak English, Japanese, Chinese and Korean. So she want to say now she can speak also Japanese, Chinese, Korean. And I'm very sure she cannot speak Japanese, Chinese and Korean. And if she knows something, then maybe very little beginner stuff. She's also a liar and scammer, reading from a script and editing. Look here, fuck, I didn't know about that, but pretty much all Anming said in this video can apply to many YouTubers, including him. I don't see a need to name drop him. Yeah, bullshit with you. You don't see a reason or a need to name drop him, but you think that it's okay that she make video with him and that she's making friends with him if he's a scammer? Is it okay that she's friends with Matt vs Japan if he's a scammer, and that she make video with Matt vs Japan if he's a scammer? Because she's also a scammer, and it seems like you don't have any problems with people being scammers. Anming is trying to speak up on this, not to pick a fight against ex-YouTuber. It's unnecessary with all the things she said. All the information given here is enough for a critical mind to see what's right and wrong. Thank you for informing me about this. I don't know why, but I believe in Rafal's method, but I never ever trusted Matt. Yeah, bullshit with you. Matt vs Japan is also a scammer. Matt vs Japan is also a scammer, and this one, Oriental Pearl, is also a liar and scammer. And they're part of the language learning scam community. Wow, this is the first time I've heard about this and did a bit of research on the whole clown fest regarding the clown fest of the clowns and the scammers. Research on the whole clown fest regarding Project Uproot. Honestly, I feel for bad that Japanese and language learning communities, especially since the whole accents and pitch thing personally isn't and shouldn't be so prioritized, especially if they're already studying or fluent on a language that they want to learn on, even for a large price. Someone here saying that this pitch thing and accent should not be the most important. But why accent is the most important, accent and pronunciation? Why accent and pronunciation is the most important for the language learning community on YouTube? Why the accent and the pronunciation is the most important for those polyglot YouTubers and the language learning community on YouTube? Why the accent and pronunciation is the most important for them? It's because they cannot really speak the language. They're not fluent in the language. They cannot speak the language. And if they know something from the language, then only very few beginner stuff. The accent and pronunciation is very important for them because they need to fool people when they practice the accent and the pronunciation. So when they make some YouTube videos pretending to speak the language that they cannot speak, when they make YouTube videos pretending to speak a language they cannot speak, then if they practice the pronunciation and the accent, then they can make it sound like they're very good in the language, even they cannot speak the language. Then they just make some fake edited videos reading from a script and trying to make correct pronunciation and correct accent like that. And also they practice the pronunciation and the accent so they can sell those courses. So they can sell accent courses and pronunciation courses. They also practice the accent and the pronunciation so they can sell some accent pronunciation courses and make money from that, even they cannot speak the language and they're not fluent in the language and they only know few beginner stuff in the language. Shocked me too, as Matt has tons of videos on how to learn Japanese, or rather general tips for how to learn Japanese, and never tried to go and make some bull courses to just make money off. You cannot make some full courses in Japanese because you cannot speak the fucking language. There's definitely more stuff that he's down that I only found out when going down the rabbit hole of this, such as him trying to screw other one of his friends when they were working together on a language course, Matt abusing the copyright claim system to take down someone's video on YouTube, which just happened in December, as well as some other shady things about his past. According to some people, he used to just go to this course on learning Japanese and would brag about how good his Japanese was, and would bash people there about how great his Japanese was, and would even make alt accounts when he got banned of them. Some people have already made videos about how they are cutting ties with Matt after the whole project Uproot, saying because a massive red flag to them being how he's working with Ken Cannon. Him working with Ken Cannon, that this guy say he's also a scammer. I don't know this Ken Cannon, but this guy say that Ken Cannon is also a scammer, but I don't know who's this Ken Cannon. Who, like I said, had to go to court over his bull course that he was selling to people. There are some individual stories that people also how they barely even received anything from the course. They barely received anything from the course, and Ken would never give them their money back. Of course, the scammer will never give people the money back. It's all a massive rabbit hole. There might be more that not even I know of, since this is all I could find on him. So this guy said Matt vs. Japan is a scammer and selling some scammer course, and also this guy Ken Cannon, and I know this Oriental Perch is also a scammer. Oriental Perch is also a scammer, and she make fake edited videos reading from a script. All those language learning YouTubers are scammers making fake edited videos reading from a script. All of them are scammers making fake edited videos reading from a script. Now she also wants to pretend that she can speak Korean, because I see something about her that she can speak Korean, but I know it's bullshit. I know it's bullshit. They're all liars and scammers, all of those YouTubers here. They're all liars and scammers. United States of scammers. More info, United States of scammers. All of them are liars and scammers. She pretends that she can speak Chinese, Japanese, and I think also now she say that she can speak Korean. She wants to say that she's also a polyglot, that she can speak English, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, 4 languages, but she can only speak one language, English, and maybe she knows very little in Chinese or Japanese. These fucking shit scammers. Here she also have video with the other scammers here. Wouter Corduina, the other scammer. Matt vs. Japan, the other scammer. And also this guy here, the other scammer here. I forgot the name of this scammer. All of them are scammers working together from this language learning scam community. It's a big scam community, this language learning community. They're all liars and scammers editing their videos and reading from a script. All of them are liars and scammers editing their videos and reading from a script. And this Oriental Pearl, she can only speak one language, English. She can only speak one language, English. And if she knows something in other languages, then maybe she knows very little beginner stuff. Maybe she knows very little beginner stuff in Japanese and Chinese and maybe in Korean. But she can only speak one language fluently on high level, that's English. The rest of the languages, she cannot speak them. She's a liar and a scammer. Same with Matt vs. Japan. Matt versus Japan is also a liar and scammer. I'm very sure, like I'm 100% sure that he cannot speak Japanese, this clown. And if you know something in Japanese, maybe beginner stuff or little more than beginner stuff, because you have never lived in Japan. You have never lived in Japan. Only he studied by himself. He's full of bullshit. He lived in USA. Matt versus Japan living in USA, studied Japanese by himself. He cannot speak the fucking language. He's also a liar and a scammer. And that's it. Goodbye. See you. And subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Goodbye.